down. Yes! 3 down. Look at them fall.
What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. In today's video, I wanted to talk about what could be a very good meta pick for the Crucible after the new Sandbox update that is coming with the 30th anniversary edition. If we rewind to a few weeks ago in the abilities TWAB, Bungie stated that they are, quote, scaling energy gains up and down granularly based on the source of the damage, both outgoing and incoming. Outgoing primary weapon damage has a significantly higher return of super energy per damage point than any other type of damage. Basically, this means they are going to try and incentivize primary gunplay. They also mentioned that they would be tuning super cooldowns differently depending on their effectiveness, and then they showed different cooldowns for different supers. I wanted to highlight two of these. Well of Radiance is now the quickest, being the only one in tier 5, and Nova Bomb is in tier 3. So with having said that, I wanted to bring your attention to a couple Crucible builds that really focus on primary gunplay. I think these could be absolutely amazing in 6v6 game modes, and especially Rumble. They're great for hitting clips and slaying out. One of the strongest primary weapons, if not the strongest primary weapon in the entire game, is the exotic SMG from the Cranosauro raid, Tarrabah. It can now be acquired from the exotic archives. Today, I will highlight a couple strong Warlock pairings that mesh with this build absolutely perfectly. So first, let us go through what Tarrabah does. This weapon stores power when dealing or receiving damage. Basically, 2 full health Guardian kills can grant the perk. Then you hold reload on the weapon to activate Ravenous Beast, which cranks up the damage and fire rate. It also has a perk called Bottomless Appetite, which extends the duration as you deal damage. So now, let's take a look at the builds. Unfortunately, both these builds are on Warlock, but you can certainly incorporate these into Hunter and Titan builds as well. I think Bottom Tree Sunbreaker with Path of the Burning Steps could do very well with this build, and on Hunter you could run Wormhusk Crown for getting health back with the reload dodge to help you really hit some nice clips and stay alive. But back to the Warlock. I will start with the solar variant of this build. So for this build, we're on Middle Tree Dawnblade, the Attunement of Grace. We have the exotic chest piece Mantle of Battle Harmony. So what this does is weapon kills matching your subclass element will grant you super energy. Then, while your super is full, you instead gain a temporary bonus to weapon damage that matches your subclass element. So basically, this will help you get your super very quickly. And then you can either hang on to your super for more weapon damage, or you could just spam your super. And when you are in a Well of Radiance, you will likely be taking incoming damage as well as dealing a lot of damage. And as mentioned before, dealing primary weapon damage or receiving damage will increase your super recharge rate. On top of this, if you really wanted, you could swap to Phoenix Protocol to get super energy back when you get kills in your well. So there's a lot of different ways you could run this. But we aren't done there. Bungie also specifically mentioned that grenade cooldowns would all be different, and they singled out Firebolt grenades. The base cooldown was dropped 18 seconds, so with high discipline, you could be looking at like a 20-second grenade cooldown. Now, they mentioned that Firebolts will deal very little damage, however, you could use your grenade to heal yourself and give you an overshield. So this will allow you to tank more damage and potentially hit more clips with the Tarrabah perk Ravenous Beast active. Because Tarrabah is all about dealing and receiving damage, healing rifts are great to run. You can peek shoot to deal and take damage to stack up the perk and your super. Middle Tree also has Benevolent Dawn, which allows you to regenerate your abilities faster if you are healing teammates. And the melee will grant you additional damage as well. So you have the Mantle of Battle Harmony that can give you a damage boost and reduces your super cooldown. You have Well of Radiance, which protects you and increases your damage. You have grenades to heal yourself, and a melee that buffs your damage. And then the Tarrabah perk itself that shreds whenever it is active. But we aren't done there. For mods, we are running Taking Charge, Stacks on Stacks, High Energy Fire, Radiant Light, and Powerful Friends. Basically, this allows us to charge our teammates if they are running Charge with Light mods, and we can gain stacks ourselves from picking up an Orb of Power. As well, we gain 2 stacks every time from Stacks on Stacks instead of 1. And then we have High Energy Fire, which gives us 20% more weapon damage. For the rest of my mods, I have Submachine Gun Targeting, Reloading, and Unflinching. The only downside to this entire build is that if you stow Tarrabah, you lose the perk. I know when I run this, I am basically maining the gun the entire time, trying to build up the perk. As well, the gun doesn't have too deep of ammo reserves with only 30 in the mag, so you chew through ammo quite quickly when the perk is going. But one way to combat the small magazine is to run a different exotic which helps you reload faster. And that exotic is the Ophidian Aspect Gauntlets. For my next build, we are running those. Despite all the synergy that the last build had, I actually prefer this build. For this one, we have all the same mods for gaining stacks of Charge with Light, and we have the same SMG mods on as well. But we are running Bottom Tree Voidwalker this time, the Attunement of Hunger, aka the Devour Tree. Once again, grenades will be tuned separately now, so you want to select the grenade with the shortest cooldown. This means you will be able to activate Devour from consuming your grenade more often. When Devour is active, you get your health back every time you get a kill. This allows you to slay out and not die. You can be one shot, get a kill, and be full health for your next gunfight instantly. And this will allow you to deal and receive a ton of damage, which again will reduce your cooldown after the new Sandbox goes live. On top of this, the subclass tree perk Insatiable extends Devour whenever you get a kill and reduces your grenade cooldown as well. Ophidian aspects are great for making the gun feel snappy and reloading it quickly when you are on a kill spree. Iron Banner is back this week, and when I am doing bounties on my Warlock, I am definitely going to be running this build the entire time. It is so fun trying to hit clips with. I'm super excited to mess around with the new Sandbox, and I hope you are too. Definitely give these builds a try for yourself if you have the components to make it work. I've always loved the idea of Tarrabah, and I'm sad that it has never really gotten its chance to shine. I hope this video reaches a lot of people so they can see the potential with this weapon. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Crucible plays out this week with all the changes that are incoming. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe, as I'm going to be going very hard on content this week. I will hopefully have dungeon guides out shortly after release to help you get the Galahorn. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care, Guardians.
Zone B lost. This is amazing.
2 for 1.